All right, today we're going to talk about fasting, but maybe not in the way you're used to thinking about it. We're not talking about deprivation. We're talking about using it as this incredibly powerful, ancient key to unlock your body's own hidden potential. So let's dive in. It's a crazy thought, right? It goes against everything we're taught. We think we need to constantly be eating, constantly fueling up to have energy. But what if that's only half the story? What if our bodies have this second, more powerful engine that most of us just never ever turn on? That's the idea we're going to unpack right now. So where does the problem start? Well, it really starts with our modern lifestyle. For most of us, we're eating from the second we wake up till right before we go to sleep. And all that constant grazing and snacking, it keeps our body stuck in just one gear, running on only one type of fuel. Okay, so picture this. Your body has two completely different fuel tanks. Over on the left, you've got the sugar burning mode. This is where most of us live 24/7. We eat food, it turns into glucose, and our insulin levels shoot up to handle it. Now, here's the catch. High insulin is like a bouncer at the door of your fat stores. The door is slammed shut. But on the right, you see the other option, fat burning mode. This mode only kicks in when insulin levels are low. And when they are, that bouncer goes on break, the door swings open, and our body can finally access all that stored body fat for energy. And there's actually a scientific name for this state where the door is always locked. It's called hyperinsulinemia. It just means our insulin is chronically high, all because we're constantly eating. And this is the absolute key to everything. It doesn't matter if you have pounds and pounds of stored energy on your body, you simply cannot access it as long as that insulin bouncer is on duty. So, how do we get the bouncer to take a break? How do we finally flip that metabolic switch? Well, the answer is incredibly simple, though I'll admit, not always easy at first. We just need to give our bodies a break from eating. That's it. That simple act wakes up this dormant, ancient pathway that's been built into our biology for thousands of years. And the process is really straightforward. You can break it down into 4 steps. First, you just stop eating. You start a fast. Second, without that constant drip of sugar coming in, your insulin levels naturally start to fall. Third, and this is the magic moment, that drop in insulin is the signal. It's the key that finally unlocks your fat stores. And then fourth, your liver goes to work, turning that fat into something called ketones, which are this amazing, clean-burning fuel for your body and especially for your brain. And this is so important to get. This isn't some new biohack or a trendy diet. This is a survival mechanism that's literally baked into our DNA. Our ancestors didn't have a fridge or a pantry. They went through periods of feast and famine, and their bodies were masters at switching between these two fuel systems. We still have that ability. We've just forgotten how to use it. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Wait, going into survival mode, doesn't that mean getting weak and tired and foggy? But here's the amazing thing. Our ancient biology has the exact opposite response. It sees the lack of food not as a crisis, but as a challenge to rise up to. It actually makes you stronger. This quote from Dr. Pradeep Jamnadas just says it all. I mean, think about it. If humans got weaker and dumber every hour they didn't eat, our species wouldn't have lasted a week. Instead, nature does the opposite. Your body ramps things up. It wants you to be sharper, more focused, and have more energy so you can go out and find your next meal. There's a cool scientific term for this, hormetic stress. And you already know exactly what this is. It's like lifting weights at the gym. You're intentionally stressing the muscle, which signals it to repair itself and grow back stronger. Well, fasting is like exercise for your cells. It's a healthy stress that makes them more resilient and more efficient. So what happens when we apply this healthy stress? What happens when we finally flip that switch? Well, it's not just about getting a new fuel source. Your body kicks off this incredible internal spring cleaning and repair cycle. And the benefits are just staggering. I mean, look at this list. Your brain releases something called BDNF, which is like miracle grow for your brain cells. Your body mobilizes stem cells to go out and repair things. It increases growth hormone, which helps preserve your muscle. It even helps protect the little caps on your DNA from getting shorter, which is linked to aging. And it kicks off this incredible process called autophagy. Let's focus on autophagy for a second because this is a really big deal. It's basically your body's internal recycling program. When there's no fuel coming in from the outside, your body gets smart. It looks inward and starts identifying old, junky, broken down parts inside your cells, and it starts breaking them down for energy. And I absolutely love this analogy. Imagine your body as a house, and the fire in the fireplace is getting low. Instead of letting the house get cold, you look around, you see that old, broken piece of furniture in the corner, and you throw it on the fire. You get two benefits. You get heat and energy, and you've cleaned up the house. That is autophagy, burning the junk for fuel to make way for new, better stuff later. Okay, so this all sounds amazing, right? The benefits are clear. But the million-dollar question is, how do you actually start doing this without feeling totally overwhelmed, or more importantly, doing it unsafely? The key is to take a gradual approach and build what's called metabolic flexibility. You wouldn't just go out and run a marathon on day one, right? You start small. It's the exact same idea here. Maybe just start by skipping breakfast for a few days. See how that feels. Once that's comfortable, maybe try skipping breakfast and lunch. Pretty soon, you'll realize you actually feel great. You feel empowered, and the idea of a 24-hour fast won't seem scary at all. Now, let's be real for a second. That first week or two can be a little tough. Those cravings you feel, that's not really hunger. It's your body going through withdrawal from a constant sugar supply. But it passes, I promise. Also, as your insulin drops, your body lets go of a lot of water and salt, so you have to stay hydrated. If you feel a little crampy, just add a pinch of salt to your water. If you can push through that initial phase, what's waiting on the other side is this incredible mental clarity and energy. Okay, everybody, please listen very, very carefully. This is, without a doubt, the most important slide in this entire presentation. Fasting is a natural process, but our modern medical conditions can make it complicated. If you are taking any medications at all, especially for diabetes or blood pressure, you absolutely must do this under medical supervision. I cannot stress this enough. Let's just break this down so it's crystal clear. If you take insulin and you don't eat, your blood sugar could drop to a dangerously low level. A doctor needs to adjust your dose. Same thing for oral diabetes meds. And for blood pressure, well, fasting can naturally lower it, which is great, but it could make your medication too strong. So please, be smart about this. Talk to a professional. All right, with that crucial safety warning out of the way, I want to show you the profound potential of this process when it's done correctly. Look at this number, 83 days. What on earth could that possibly represent? That number is the length of a medically supervised water-only fast that one patient completed. In less than 3 months, he lost 155 pounds of fat and got off all of his medications for diabetes and blood pressure. Now, this is obviously an extreme example, but it is a jaw-dropping testament to what our bodies are capable of healing when we just give them a chance. So, really, the big takeaway is this. Your body already has the software for deep healing, for cellular repair, and for incredible energy. It's already installed. For most of us, that program is just dormant. So the only question left is, are you ready to finally activate it?